In finance, there is a strange paradox that doesn't exist in other fields. In medicine, a janitor cannot outperform a heart surgeon. In engineering, a person with no degree cannot build a bridge better than a physicist. But in investing, they can. Ronald Red was a gas station attendant and janitor. He didn't win the lottery. He just saved small amounts consistently for decades. When he died, he had over $8 million. Richard Fosconi was a Harvard-educated Merrill Lynch executive. He retired at 40 to become a philanthropist, but due to greed and leverage, he went bankrupt in the 2008 crisis. The difference wasn't intelligence, it wasn't luck, it was behavior. This is the psychology of money. Lesson 1. No one is crazy. We like to think we make financial decisions based on spreadsheets and logic, but we don't. We make them based on the history we lived through. If you grew up during high inflation, you might think bonds are garbage. If you grew up during a depression, you might think stocks are gambling. Your personal experience with money makes up 0.00001% of what's happened in the world, but maybe 80% of how you think the world works. No one is crazy. We are just products of our own time. Lesson 2. Luck and risk. Luck and risk are siblings. They are the same force, just moving in opposite directions. Bill Gates is brilliant, but he also attended one of the only high schools in the world that had a computer in 1968. That is luck. Gates had a friend named Ken Evans. He was just as smart and ambitious, but before he could graduate, he died in a mountaineering accident. That is risk. Be careful who you praise and who you look down upon. The line between bold and reckless is often thinner than we think. Lesson 3. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Getting money requires taking risks, being optimistic, and putting yourself out there, but keeping money requires the exact opposite. Staying wealthy requires humility. It requires fear. It requires an acceptance that what you made yesterday could be taken away tomorrow. The most important skill in finance is survival. If you can survive the dips without panic selling, the power of compounding will do the heavy lifting for you. Lesson 4. The power of compounding. Warren Buffett is the richest investor of all time, but $81 billion of his $84 billion net worth came after his 65th birthday. Our brains are built to understand linear growth. 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot comprehend exponential growth. 2, 4, 8, 16. You don't need tremendous returns. You need average returns, repeated for a very long period of time. The secret ingredient isn't genius, it's time. Lesson 5. Freedom, the ultimate goal. The highest form of wealth isn't a Ferrari, it isn't a mansion. It is the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. Money's greatest intrinsic value is its ability to give you control over your time. Having control over your time is the highest dividend money pays. If you are wealthy but you don't own your schedule, you are not rich. You are just a well-paid employee. Lesson 6. Man in the car paradox. When you see someone driving a nice car, you rarely think, wow, the guy driving that car is cool. Instead, you think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I'm cool. There is a paradox here. People use wealth to signal to others that they should be liked and admired. But in reality, those other people are bypassing you, simply using your wealth as a benchmark for their own desires. Humility, kindness, and empathy will bring you more respect than horsepower ever will. Lesson 7. Wealth is what you don't see. We judge wealth by what we see. Cars, houses, Instagram photos, but wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the nice car not purchased, the diamond not bought, the first-class upgrade declined. Wealth is financial assets that haven't yet been converted into the stuff you see. Rich is current income, wealth is hidden income. Don't confuse the two. Conclusion: reasonable greater than rational. Academic finance suggests we should be perfectly rational, like robots, but we are not robots. We are emotional, hormonal creatures. Do not aim to be coldly rational. Aim to be reasonable. If paying off your house gives you peace of mind, even if the math says it's suboptimal, do it. The best financial strategy is the one that lets you sleep at night. Because if you can sleep, you can stick to the plan. And if you stick to the plan, you win. Doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave.